What hobby makes a guy undateable?
Anyone who works out.
Dad bod or fit bod?
Fit bod.
Now, remember, women don't know what they want. Coach Greg, in today's video, bodybuilding, it isn't attractive. And so women were analyzed, given 74 various hobbies and sports, and asked, attractive or unattractive? Guys, it's not looking good. Literally, cycling was deemed as more attractive than bodybuilding. You may have seen bike riders dressed up in their spandex, their leotards, and women, they just don't find it hot. But remember, I've always said this. It's the man that makes it hot. Have you not seen Mike Thurston and Coach Greg out riding bikes in our spandex? Looks a little bit different than the typical Tour de France rider. Now, isn't it?
Bicycles, right? And 76.4% of women said that it's an attractive hobby, right? Which actually places it above bodybuilding.
Even cycling is ahead of bodybuilding, and everyone knows that women don't find cyclists attractive.
Cigars, porn, gambling, clubbing, and the manosphere were listed among the least attractive hobbies.
What is manosphere?
Joe Rogan podcasts, Jordan Peterson, Andrew Tate, if you're into all that stuff.
I mean, don't get me started. These two bros are criticizing the Joe Rogan podcast as something that's negative. The Jordan Peterson, it's just bad. Trust me, that's not just the manosphere. That's just people picking on people they shouldn't be picking on.
We're asking people if cycling is an attractive sport.
No.
What sport? Why not?
The outfit.
What do they like? What sports hobbies do women find the most attractive? And so let's begin with looking at the hobbies that just dropped the women's panties. Which hobbies do they say they find the most attractive? Now, remember, women don't know what they want. They might fill out a survey saying they say they like this and they like that, and they want you to say these things to them, but don't treat them this way. It's all bullshit. Women don't know what they want. We do. The guys, we know what we're doing.
What hobby makes a guy undateable?
I think a gym bro.
Dad bod or fit bod?
Probably a fit bod.
Women, they're clueless. To make my point clear, the least attractive quality in a man that the women say they don't like, it's the manosphere. Exactly what I'm talking about right now. Telling you how to behave, how to talk to people, and as the cycling network says, anyone that watches Joe Rogan, Jordan Peterson, or Andrew Tate. Guess what? Only 3.1% of women said they like that. 97% of women say they don't like guys who are into the manosphere. That's what they say. They can yap, they can go on all about it. But the men who know, they know, and I know. Women, they don't know what they want. I'm telling you, just because they're saying these things doesn't mean it's actually true. And so the number one panty dropper of all time, the thing the women they just can't resist is so attractive. Do you know what it is? Reading. How many of you think that reading is actually the most attractive thing that you could ever do? I'm not saying you shouldn't read. I'm not saying it's not good. But if you're somebody who likes to read, chances are you're not getting laid. Sorry, if reading is what you're all about, not many women are going to find that attractive, at least not to the extent of wanting to be your favorite throat goat. It's not it. It can be part of it, but that is not enough. And so what other panty droppers are there? Foreign language, playing an instrument, and cooking. And so according to this, no wonder Coach Greg is so good with the ladies. I literally stopped watching TV in order to read books. I'm practicing a foreign language. I'm now fluent in 5 languages: French, English, Espanol, Gen Z, and Japanese, which I studied in my Yapology class. And so seeing as I pulled Mepstagram with the friggin' cookbook, I can't argue that some of these things are good. Hey, if you can cook a nice meal for a lady, it's going to impress them. But remember, just because you do all of these things, it doesn't mean the women are going to find you attractive. They say on a questionnaire that it's attractive because on paper it looks good. I want a man who reads, who speaks 17 different languages, who likes to cook. He probably plays the piano. He's into painting. That's what I want in my man. In comparison, do you think they're going to be clicking off the man who's into gambling, partying at the bars, perhaps is into watching OF, and is a professional bodybuilder? No, I don't think so. But in reality, when that guy takes his shirt off and he's got that 6-pack, and he's at the bar drinking and gambling, partying like Togi, he's probably going to get a girl.
Goddamn Doucette.
The number one sport on the list, can you guess it? The one that the women, they can't resist, swimming. Do you really think that women are sitting there at home and fantasizing about that man in that Speedo that's doing the front crawl and the backstroke? Do you really think that's turning them on? Or do you think they might prefer perhaps an MMA wrestler, football superstar, or perhaps any professional athlete making muchos dólares? And so the 15 most attractive hobbies, we've got it on the screen right now. Notice archery and blacksmithing. Was this survey done in 1512? Blacksmithing? Are you kidding me? And so, bro, if you're perhaps making a bow and arrow from scratch, you're bending and turning some steel into hooves for your horse, well, apparently the women, they don't like you. Does this make sense? And the least attractive qualities: the manosphere, gambling, porn, and arguing online. Does anyone think that they're actually not going to find any of this attractive? How many people think that no woman would ever go out with Togi? Bro literally promotes gambling more than almost no other. But do you think that's really hurting him whatsoever? You really think that all women are thinking, I can't date Togi because bro gambles? Rather than that guy, I'm going to go after the swimmer who does blacksmithing at night and also likes to read. It's not happening. Women, they don't know what they want, as evidenced by the study, by what they're clicking on. You can see on the list, the women, apparently they don't like drinking, they don't like marijuana or clubbing or talking about crypto, and not many of them like talking about makeup. But here's the thing. This is my advice. Be your authentic self. If you're really into makeup, just because this study says that women don't like makeup, you lean into being good at makeup. There are going to be women out there that like it when you talk to them about makeup. Almost all women are wearing makeup. And so if you're an expert in makeup, you have something in common. Now, some women won't find it attractive, but the ones that do, they will find it very attractive. I'm into Star Trek and Star Wars. This is what I like. And I like dressing up as a cat during sex. And what about Coach Greg? I'm literally a cyclist. One of the most gay sports you can think of. Is anyone going to argue with me? I'm a cyclist. You think that's dropping women's panties? What do you do, Coach Greg? I race on Zwift. It's not dropping the panties, guys. But listen, do you not think there's a woman out there who likes to ride bikes somewhere? And so if you're a cyclist like Coach Greg, and you know that it's not cool, trust me, there's going to be a woman out there who looks hot as balls, and she's also into cycling, and she may in fact like you. If women say, I don't like guys that drink, I don't like guys that go out to the bars, are there not other women at the bars when you go out there? Every time I've gone to a bar, there's been other people at the bar. And so when you're at the bar, you're at the bar. And so how hard do you think this is? Oh, I don't like people who go out and drink. You're going to go out to the bar and you're going to meet others who are into drinking. And so whether they're into doing math or sniffing creatine, no matter what you do, others are going to do the same. And so my advice, be yourself. Be yourself. Like what you like, and don't listen to these bullshit stats that tell you what women actually find attractive. We tell women what they find attractive. Do you get it? That is the manosphere. Women are going to act like they want you to treat them like a princess. That's bullshit. Women don't want to be treated like a princess. If they did, they wouldn't be banging the guys out at the clubs, banging other ladies. They'd be with that nice, sweet man who has a great job. That's not what they want. Some of them, of course they do, but the vast majority of women, they're hypergamous by nature. They're going for the best man that they think that they can get. And how do they decide who the best man is? Who everyone else wants. Whoever the most women want, that's the one that they want. If everyone wants Drake, then that woman sees Drake as the cat. If thousands of women would want to be with Drake, then Drake is attractive. It doesn't matter what he looks like, how much money he has, and so on. What really matters is who does everyone want? And up next, athletic hobbies, sports. What sports do women find the most attractive? And so in number one, it's swimming, where 92% of women find it to be attractive. It's not true. I was in fact a triathlete, and are you going to say that the women just loved me because I could do the front crawl? I mean, as soon as I did that butterfly stroke, you think all the women were drooling that their panties were soaked? Coach Greg is soaked. They see me splash in the water and splash in their panties. Telling you it wasn't true. I wish it was, but it's not. In number 2, we have hiking, followed by canoeing and rock climbing. It's not true. They just say what they say. They clicked it off. This is not what they find the most attractive. What they find the most attractive is what you tell them is the most attractive. And so if you're saying, woman, I race bikes on Zwift and I'm awesome at it. I just kicked some ass last night. I did this, I did that. They're going to be impressed. You own it. You need to have the confidence to say, that is what I do. And so I don't care if it's swimming, basketball, bodybuilding, or even cycling. Own it. Be proud of the sport you play and don't be afraid to share it. And so some of the most popular sports, we have your skiing, surfing, scuba diving, riding, fencing. I mean, guys, fencing ranked ahead of bodybuilding. Do you really think that fencers are just getting all the women they want? It's not happening. However, if you're a fencer and you're good at it, you say, I'm a fencer. When you bring that woman on a date, you talk about it. What do you do in your spare time? I fence 4 hours a day, and I'm good at it. And I can protect you with it. You should see what I can do with my pole. It's unbelievable. And so lower on the list, below bodybuilding, came out, for example, running, skateboarding, yoga, boxing, and MMA, and followed by the worst sport in the world, golf. And so I'm telling you, girls don't care if you golf or if you box, if you're in MMA or if you're in yoga. You own it. And if you want to get a girl, you should do sports where there are other girls. Cycling, there's not a lot. Whenever I go cycling, there's perhaps 10 men for every 1 female. The odds are not in your favor. Yoga, it's the opposite. There's usually 10 women for every man. And so if you want a great opportunity to get with the ladies, why not be good at yoga? It's very impressive, especially if you have an athletic and lean body. Think of it. You're in yoga, you're sweating, you're stretching, there's a lot of people around. You're going to be in close proximity to females and you can learn to say hi. And so next we have the most attractive artistic hobbies. And number 1, it's playing an instrument. I'm not surprised by this, but what I'd like to point out is in last place, cosplay. Only 32% have found it attractive. So you're thinking, well, that's the worst of the worst. And so perhaps you shouldn't share that you're into cosplay. I disagree. If you like cosplay, you like dressing up. Perhaps you like dressing up as a fur baby or a goat. I don't care. Maybe there's not that many women that like it, but those that like it, they like it a lot. Why not share this with them? I like to dress up as a dog. When I have sexy time, I want to dress up as an animal. I like handcuffs. I like to tie you up. I like everything. Why not express it? Tell them. Perhaps most people don't like it. Well, that's fine. It's better to find out sooner rather than later. If it's important to you, you want your partner to know it. And so why waste your time on somebody that hates what you're into? If they hate that you're a bodybuilder, a cyclist, or into dressing up as a fur baby, well, why not let them know early on? Unattractive male vice hobbies. 96.9% of women don't like men in the manosphere. Why do you think that is? The manosphere teaches you how to talk to women. It teaches you about the secrets, what they've been brainwashing you with, and teaches you not to simp for women. And so if you're a woman, it's basically teaching you all the tricks against them. It's taking away their power. Do you not know that women have power in relationships? Think of it. Women are the gatekeepers for sexy time and men are the gatekeepers for relationships. And that's why we see men swiping right all the time on women they don't even find attractive. And why women think they're all 10s. Why? Because they can get men who are far more attractive than them for 15 minutes. But not to actually settle down with. And so number 2 was followed by gambling. Number 3 followed by things like watching OF. And number 4, arguing online. I almost literally have a PhD in arguing online. And so now what? Should I now say I don't argue online? Half of my videos are arguing with other people online. And if you disagree with me, well, I'm going to be sure to argue with you online. And so do you see what I'm talking about? Women don't find it attractive. So what? I have 2 million followers. Let's say 90% don't like it. That's still 10% that do. 10% of 2 million is 200,000 people. And considering that 5% of my audience is female, there's still 10,000 females who are watching my YouTube who like the fact that I argue. And so why hide it? Lean into it. What is the take-home message? Well, my opinion is this. Whatever hobbies that you find attractive, you should take part in. It shouldn't matter whether or not somebody likes it or doesn't like it. You need to be your true, authentic self. And so if you want to take up salsa dancing instead of blacksmithing because you like it more, then so be it. Find a woman that likes what you're doing, what you're into. Men in relationships generally should lead. 90% of females are going to want a man who leads rather than the opposite. Now, of course, there are men who are betas, perhaps 10%, and they want an alpha female to lead them. But most men, they want a woman who's kind, gentle, warm, caring, and is not going to always constantly challenge them. Women in general, they want to be led. You can believe me, you can hate me, but remember, this is all part of the manosphere. And so according to this, if you're a woman, you're hating what I'm saying. But I don't care. But eventually you're going to have the confidence to be your true self and find a woman who respects that and who respects you. What you think, what you feel, what you find important to you, they're going to say, well, if he thinks it's important, it's also important to me, and they will embrace it. And if they don't, find someone who will. You ever seen that famous quote? Women who say, if a man doesn't do this for you, find somebody who will. To the same extent, imagine a man saying that. If a woman won't be a throat goat for you, find someone who will. Two can play at that game. If a woman won't clean the house for you, well, find someone who will. And so when you find the right person, the right woman, you're going to want to impress them and they're going to want to impress you. Both parties are going to fit in like a piece to a puzzle. You just match, you sync together. You care about them, you respect them, and they care about you, and they respect you back. It shouldn't be one person trying to control the other. Both parties want the other person to be happy, and the sum of both parties in the relationship, it's greater than them when they're apart. Please be your authentic self. Be your true self. Be who you want to be. Don't be fake. Don't pretend to be something you're not. But at the same time, don't just be an asshole. You can't just treat people with disrespect and hate on people if that is your true self. I don't believe that people's true best selves is to be somebody that is simply bad to everyone. I think that people in general are good people, and that if you try to be your best self, eventually you'll find someone that you want to be good towards just as much as they want to be good to you. Regardless of anything on this list, I'm certain that most women would find any man who buys testosterone from their favorite T-plug to be more attractive than those who don't. Have you seen the T-plug? Women, they find that attractive. A man dressed in a ski mask riding on a bike out for deliveries. Guy carrying 50 keys of testosterone across the border. Women, they find that attractive. There's a certain element of risk, of danger that women, they just can't control. And so, Coach Greg, I have it made. I'm my authentic self. But remember, I'm 49. It takes some time to build up to that point where you can just be truly who you want to be your real self. Regardless of people who are going to make fun of you, call you a manlet, say you're too old for this, you're pushing 50. And it's like, yeah, I'm pushing 50 keys of testosterone across the border. I don't care. Interested in testosterone, Geo2max, and of course, the Sequel protein bars. They're absolutely delicious. Did you see the rating that Mike Israetel gave it? He loved having a Sequel bar in the mouth.
Thank you, Greg.
And so seeing as how Mike Israetel, despite not having a tan, was still able to find the woman of his dreams, I believe anyone else can also do it. And so don't forget, code Greg, 15% off, money back guarantee, and on top of that, a $20 gift card if you don't like it. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, like the video if you like it. Don't forget to watch one of those two bloops. And of course, cookbooks, the Circle Diet book, training books, coaching plans by me and my team, the Harder Than Last Time clothing line. Get that all on the website. Don't forget to get the free diet and training program. It's close to 50 pages. And also join the 400,000 plus newsletter subscribers. And until next time, I am out.